Good afternoon, and many thanks for joining us on News Analysis coming to you live on Politics and Business TV, Abuja. My name is Medina Azaki. Now, a crisis that started with an argument has snowballed into a state of emergency. Yesterday, the president, Tinubu, declared state of emergency in Rivers State, suspending the governor and also the state assembly members. In his address, he said, with the crisis persisting, there is no way democratic governance, which we have all fought and worked for over the years, can thrive in a way that will rebound to the benefit of the good people of the state. He said the state has been at a standstill since the crisis started, with the good people of the state not being able to have access to dividends of democracy. That's just one paragraph of the president's address yesterday. But I'll be joining an APC member and the director of the Arewa Rebuild Arewa initiative after the break to delve more into the issue. Stay with us. Welcome back. I'm being joined by Comrade Pitako Umar. He's an APC member and also the director Rebuild Arewa Initiative. Comrade, many thanks for joining us on the program.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Nigerians.
All right. Before we begin to go into the issue, why is your party, the APC, power drunk? Why is it power drunk?
Of course, I must accept the fact that in politics and in leadership, just like Robert Greene, I think, could say, power intoxicate and absolute power intoxicate absolutely. When you read the 48 rules of power or what of you. And I think that is what is playing out.
So it's more of a power grab, rather than trying to bring sanity to a state that has been having political issues for a while now.
That is one aspect that worries me.
Okay.
Because above all, in governance and in leadership, what is expected, what are the rudiments, what are the foundations of leadership and governance, is service to humanity, selfless service to humanity, protections of lives and property, provision of social welfare and amenities to the people. These are the bedrock of leadership, and these are the bedrocks of governance, good governance. But today, what is playing out in my dear country, Nigeria, spearheaded by the political party in which I belong to.
The one that fought so hard, that called PDP so many bad names. Yes.
So many bad names. We are diving into the same tools.
If not even
PDP
worse.
Is into. That is the uncomfortable aspect that I must accept, that I am not comfortable with it.
Okay, but are you comfortable with the statement? How did it come to you, the state of emergency declared yesterday? How did it come to you?
Completely 101%. In fact, 1001%. I was not comfortable with the declaration of state of emergency in Rivers State. For the fact that, one, the reasons or the prevailing circumstances that is emboldened in Rivers are all at the public domain. The FCT minister, in place of Nelson Wike, brought in Fubara to succeed him. And in succeeding him, he don't want to relinquish that mentorship, that godfatherism power. He want to hold him accountable of whatever he does. And he want the governor to dance to his tunes. Whatever he said is what the governor should do. And that is not comfortable.
But
and
comrade,
that is not
isn't that
favorable.
obtainable in every state now?
But,
is that not what is playing out?
But it's not good. What we are saying is not good. Somebody must succeed you. This is not, even in traditional institutions, we have inheritances. You must die. You must become incapacitated.
Yeah.
One time or the other, one phenomena of the other must push you out of power. You understand? After all, this is democracy. It is at most atheist. Somebody must succeed you, and somebody must assist you. Whether you like it or not, no man is an island of himself.
Do you think that this decision was something the president took, or he was ill-advised?
Of course, Mr. President was ill-advised. Mr. President was not independently or accurately furnished with the best reports in rivers with regard to river politics. You understand? And now haven't want to succeed or haven't want to continue in 2027. He felt he should play in favor of his government, in favor of his own succession in 2027.
Will a state of emergency, because according to the statement, it's for 6 months.
For 6 months, initial 6 months.
Okay, initial 6 months.
That was the language you used.
Okay.
For initial 6 months.
So in case the parties don't come together again, there will be an extension.
We anticipate
so is the calculation, will it work that a state of emergency in Rivers State up till 2027 will guarantee the votes for APC in Rivers State?
Well, I don't think. It depends on the strategy they so adapt. And it depends on the decision of the river people. Because one, the PANDEF, the Rivers Elders Forum, you understand, are all concerned, are all saddened, are all disgruntled with the action and the pattern by which Mr. President and my political leader has taken in resolving the issue of River State.
At what
they
point,
are not comfortable.
At what point did this president became misled? He was a Democrat. He has been the one
at the
championing.
point, in fact, my president became misled at the point he assumed the position of the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, to my observation.
Does the presidency of the Federal Republic of Nigeria change you in any way? Does it
change
people?
Power, just
corrupt,
like I quoted,
absolute,
power, corrupt, absolutely.
Yeah.
I think that is what it's playing as far as this government is concerned, as far as my president has found himself now. You understand? But because left to me, Mr. President have the power, the ultimate power, to have resolved the issue of River State at its up initio. Having appointed Wike as the FCT minister, I would have expected that, gentleman, disengage yourself with the Rivers matter. Of course, I know you're the former governor. Disengage yourself. I want you to concentrate in your own need portfolio as FCT minister. Concentrate solely and fully here. Allow the gentleman to do his work. Don't forget, the initial issue of scramble was the issue of, okay, I brought you, I sponsor you.
We'll come to that. We'll come to that. And that is where somebody like me will blame the Rivers people themselves. Because you accepted imposition from the beginning. And this is the result that you are getting.
Exactly.
But let me ask you, what kind of bond exists between the president and Minister of the FCT, Nelson Wike, that the president had to sacrifice a whole state just for him?
The bond is, Wike has already a kind of painted negative image to Mr. President and his cohorts with regard to issue of rivers. And he has already convinced them that, look, if we do this, that is how we can grab river, and that is how we can kind of get the votes of river. You understand?
Okay. So that's a strategy.
Not considering the negative implication, because it may turn out to be counterproductive.
Okay. Was it a script that has been written for a very long time?
Because, it could be.
Yeah.
You can't shy away. You can't shy away from that.
Yeah, because the Pan Niger Delta Forum, had a visit with the president.
Yes,
they visited the president last week, and they got some assurances from the president, who said the governor must obey.
Then at the end of the day, when they went out, they were even lamenting. Many of them lamented.
Okay, that the body language wasn't
comfortable. They went on air. I listened to Sarah Egbe, who was an elder, member of the PANDEF, and at the same time a former leader of PANDEF, and he's the elder of the River State Elders Forum, who was lamenting that all what is happening is uncomfortable. It's to the detriment of the entire river people.
Okay, let us hear what the president also said in his speech. He said, also, it is in public knowledge that the governor of Rivers State, for unjustifiable reasons, demolished the House of Assembly of the state as far back as 13th December 2023 and has up till now, 14 months after, not rebuilt same. I have made personal intervention between the contending parties for a peaceful resolutions of the crisis, but my efforts have been largely ignored by the parties to the crisis. I'm also aware that many well-meaning Nigerians, leaders of thought and patriotic groups have also intervened at various times with the best of intentions to resolve the matter, but all their efforts were also to no avail. Still, I thank them. So the president said in his address that he has made personal intervention. So it is not correct if we sit down here to say he didn't make a personal intervention.
What we are saying, he made interventions, but his intervention was not as firm as he has done, given the state of emergency now. Had it been he stood his ground, had it been he listened to leaders, the elders of River State, had it been he consulted with them, David, independent consultation, David of weakest group, he will have gotten the right advice, he will have gotten the right counseling, he will have taken, and that will have helped him in taking the best decisions ever, decision that will have stand the test of time.
But come on, let's even look at it this way.
That will have given him credit and merit.
Okay, let's look at it this way. Maybe the president felt that since they don't want to listen to the voice of reason, both the governor and the state assembly, the contending parties, the best thing is to give them a suspension. Maybe they will go back.
We agree.
No, hold on. Maybe they will go back and rethink and then maybe come back at the end of the day.
After the damage has been done? After the whole world are looking at you as you have been one-sided or lopsided? As after the whole world is looking at you as you are supporting your minister to gain favor in electing you in 2027? I don't believe that. I believe the issue of rivers, with the massive and humongous power the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria have at his own disposition, he will have resolved this issue earlier than now in such a way and in such a manner that he will have earned merits and credibility to the entire population and to the face of the international community.
What will the president have done separately?
Yes, he will have taken an independent consultation, devoid of the two parties. He will have consulted the better Riverians, better people of Riverians, who are neutral in that act, who are aware and knowledgeable and have adequate and efficient experiences of their own area. You understand? That will have been the best position, and that he will have used that as a medium, as a yardstick, as an instrument to resolve the issue. Not to be listening to the Wike when we know he has a very 1001 interest of controlling rivers against the social welfare of the Riverians.
What are the likely implications we will see as a result of this state of emergency?
Continuous catastrophe, continuous conflict and chaos will be seen in rivers, because this decision is not to the betterment of the 80% of Riverians.
Okay. Senator Ojodu did a write-up yesterday and said we will likely go back to recession because the economy will suffer.
Because already they are threatening to blow the pipelines. And when the pipelines are blown, then obviously that what he said will come into play. And that what people like us are afraid of. Because definitely, whether we like it or not, it could happen. Can the president go to this area himself? No. So the better way is that is what I said. The better way he will have done resolve.
Can there be a reversal now? Can there be a reversal?
Well, I just pray and hope that this window of 6-month suspension will give Mr. President an adequate and efficient window to consult with the rightful parties in River, Devot of Mike and Devot of Fubara, and take the better decision. If that is done, then obviously the reversal will be done and the damage control will be taken care of adequately. And this is what I pray my president, my political leader should be able to do.
At what point did your party become a tyrant?
Well, I don't know how we are using that language, tyrant.
Yes, this is not the APC that campaigned in 2013,
and that
2014.
is why, you see,
this wasn't the movement that a lot of people had hope.
You understand? In
competition,
we have found ourselves in a very rigorous competition. Very rigorous, so much so that we have seemed to lose control of ethics and morality. We have lose control of ethics and normalities. We have lost control of culture. Our cultures, values, and traditions as people and leaders that we have championed over the time and over years. You remember, when you look at the track record of my president and my political leader, Asuwaju Ahmed Tinubu, he has been a pathfinder, a strong fighter of democracy in Nigeria. You understand? Today, God has blessed him with the office, the highest office of the land, that is the president.
But can't the party call him to order?
Who is calling him to order? When all of us are psychophants, when all of us are playing sacrifice.
So you don't even obey your own rules.
You understand?
No,
we
no,
don't
no,
play,
no,
we are not playing. Of course, we are not playing. You don't obey
your own rules.
We are not playing our role as leaders at our individual level to advise the people we campaign for. You understand? If we have been doing that, we wouldn't have been having.
But you have a stakeholder consultative forum, don't you, as a party?
We have stakeholders.
You have your party constitution.
Number one, our political party, APC, the leadership of APC should be in the position first to advise the president and commander-in-chief adequately within the window of morality, ethics, and good governance. You understand? But it's like we play to gallery. We don't go and say, we look at it as maybe an indictment, or maybe I play an opposition to look at our president and say, look, sir, when you do this thing, we are getting a bad result. But when you do this thing, we are getting a good result. You understand? We don't do that. Supposing we do that.
Why?
That is what I'm telling you, psychophancy.
Okay.
And when a psychophancy at the same time.
So can we just say that APC is a party of sycophants? Can we say that now?
Of course.
Okay.
You understand? Most of us are sycophants.
Okay. All right. So, but let's come to the people themselves as we wind down. When the Minister of FCT, Nelson Wike, was the governor of the state, he bought the ticket for the governor. He bought ticket for the State House of Assembly. He went around campaigning for them. He was even, the governor wasn't even saying a word. It was him who was campaigning and saying, vote for this, vote for that. And the people stayed there and watched imposition right before their very eyes. And today, this is the result of the imposition. At what point did Nigerians become so docile that their taxpayer money, the money they earn so hard to pay as tax, is being used to impose leaders on them and to toy with their feelings at any moment in time?
This situation is very, very unfortunate. As a country, with our nascent democracy, is very, very unfortunate.
It's not nascent. Today we're already 26 years.
It's still nascent.
No, we're 26 years. We're still behaving like a one-year-old baby.
But it's not matured. 26 years of what? Of 26 years of immaturity, of democratic immaturity.
Who should we blame? You, the political class.
We blame ourselves because we are not playing the politics the way we're supposed to play. The processes of recruiting our leadership is faulty, and there's gross misconduct on the manner and way we handle public funds. It is abnormal and unconstitutional for us as a nation, for a leader to pick to dip hand into government coffee, treasury, and pick money and sponsor yourself and sponsor somebody into a political office. It is unconstitutional. It is abnormal. You understand? It is quite ridiculous. It is unprogressive. We shouldn't do that. And that is becoming tradition in our country. You see people who are in power and who want to continue in power, they're using the state fund, the state resources to campaign for continuity in power. That is not acceptable. That is very wrong. That is unhealthy in our own democracy. That is not good. That should not be allowed to continue.
All right. Comrade, in just
and that should be queried.
Okay. In just 30 seconds, where do we go from here as far as Rivers crisis is concerned?
Well, I still urge my president and commander-in-chief, my political leader,
to rethink the suspension?
To
okay.
To use this window of 6 months to make thorough
or do a reversal today.
After the thorough consultation, reverse back, allow democracy to grow. For crying out loud, this man has been elected, duly elected by the Riverians, irrespective of the problems that is bedeviling Rivers now. Let's consider the welfare of the people and the priority of the people of River than individual or selfish priorities, please, so that we can have a very resounding democracy in Nigeria. Let's allow this democracy to grow and to flourish.
All right, let's allow democracy to grow and to flourish. I'm sure the discussion will still continue as the development unfold. Honorable Pitako Umar, many thanks for joining us on the program.
So
and thank you so much for the insight.
Thank you so much.
And that concludes our interview segment with Comrade Pitako Umar, who is an APC member and also the director of Rebuild Arewa Initiative. Now for sport, we'll go for sport updates with Sunday Ebal.
Good afternoon and welcome to P&B Sport. I'm Abel Sunday. Rivers Hoopers are gearing up for the 2025 Basketball Africa League season and their preparations are in full swing. The team has been drawn into the Kalahari Conference where they will face off against FUS Rabat of Morocco, Egypt's Al Ittihad and Stade Malien of Mali from April 5th to 13th in Rabat, Morocco. To booster their squad, River Hoopers have re-signed center Peter Olise-Emeka, who played a crucial role in their third-place finish last season. Olise-Emeka's return is a significant boost, given his impressive performance in the 2024 BAL season, where he averaged 10 points, 11.7 rebounds, 2 assists and 1.4 blocks per game. Additionally, the team has signed Canadian-born Nigerian Kelvin Amayo with Madok Ake and Jackson Okoye. Under head coach Ogo Odaudu, River Hoopers are determined to make a strong statement in 2025 BAL season. Nigeria has been granted the hosting right for the 2025 African Women's Volleyball Interclub competition, scheduled to take place from April 1st to 14, 2025. This is a huge opportunity for Nigeria to showcase its volleyball talent and infrastructure. MVPF President Engineer Musa Nimrod is also championing the establishment of a Nigerian Beach Games Festival to elevate Nigerians' presence in global sport. Nimrod believes that with the right support, Nigeria can become a powerhouse in beach sport. That's all for sports today. I'm Abel Sunday.
size of our package today. Many thanks for watching. My name is Medina Azaki. Bye for now.